Welcome to Comfort Africa number 2. This is the Heart to Heart. Alright, so like I told you guys before, I've been in this business for 21 years. I have not gotten real acting work because I haven't really been given a chance. I am a little mad. I'm not gonna lie. Henceforth, I'm so mad that I even changed my freaking name because James Edward Williams Jr. wasn't getting any work. So now, my 21st year, as I start this, I'm going under the name of Echo Fang Grey Wolf. Let me spell that out for you, for those in the back. E-C-K-O, Echo. Fang, like the fangs of a wolf. F-A-N-G, Fang. Excuse me. Grey Wolf. G-R-E-Y-W-O-L-F. Grey Wolf. Because I've used that title in a couple of my mixed breed characters that's like in a computer disk somewhere over there. And so I decided, let's use Grey Wolf as my permanent stage name. Echo Fang Grey Wolf. In one of the stories, I was Koei Fang Grey Wolf, and I was Koei something else, and then I was Win Fang or Fang Win something in the Guardians of the Earth series that I had done that got stolen that's sitting on somebody's dresser in Alabama. That was supposed to be my breakthrough shit to get to be noticed. Alright? That didn't happen. I still have the footage somewhere over there. Somewhere in time, I would like to be able to put all this shit together. But I need to find a hard drive, and then I need to find someone who's capable of taking it off of the FireWire and feeding it into more modern stuff. Okay? So that solves that problem right there. Now, that being said, let's get on with this. Okay. Acting is a dog-eat-dog business. You either don't have a look, you don't have a hype, or you don't have a skill. So let's roll around what I don't have. I don't have the look. I don't have the hype. I think I have the skill. Fuck that. I know I have the skill. But I'm not a theater actor. I know where my skill's in. And let me explain, because I had a brother of mine jump down my case about going out for theater. And I explained to him why I won't go out for theater. I have done theater one time. And the Charlottesville Historical Society never invited me back to play Peter Fawcett. Although I got great reviews, I learned right then and there that great reviews mean nothing if you're not invited back. Alright? I'm not going to go down there and beg to be Peter Fawcett again. Alright? I do thank my acting teacher, Mr. Ruff, for that opportunity. Alright? I definitely thank Mr. Ruff for that opportunity. Because he helped fuel the fire to keep me wanting to pursue this. Even though I've been failing for 21 years. He's fueled the fire to help me want to keep doing this. Now, let me break it down for you. Being in front of the camera makes me happy. Acting makes me happy. So whether I suck it or not, I don't really give a damn. Because it makes me happy. Am I trying to be a superstar? Nope. Just want to be working. Just want to be working. Cut the check. If I had a dream job, I would be on my own hero show. Something like Power Rangers. Something easy. Something that kids really like. Something that doesn't have cussing in it. You know? But if I had to have a permanent job, I would love to be working on Days of Our Lives. It's my favorite soap opera. I grew up with Days of Our Lives. Go ahead, laugh for you guys in the back. But I would really like to have a kung fu soap opera where I can exploit my actual martial art talents versus my acting skills. Because you can do acting and you can do one-liners and people will remember them forever. Run, go, get to the chopper. You know? Or I can talk in my demon voice. Because I would love to do voiceover acting. No. There's nothing that I don't think that I can do. The problem is simple. No one's giving me a chance. That's it. See, the thing about acting, you have to understand that acting is really easy. Getting discovered, being given a chance, that's the hard part. That's the hard part. So, indie films. I've made a few. You don't know where they are. One, Path of Ascension, is on Havoc #1. You can go watch that clusterfuck. But to finish that off, I had made it into Guardians of the Earth, which was a spin-off from the Path of Ascension. Now, when I made the Path of Ascension, it was supposed to be an hour-and-a-half movie. It had little to no substance. We were fighting over rings, and we had powers. And I was fighting for leadership. So basically, it was like the three Billy Goats Gruff in reverse. I was the troll trying to cross the bridge, and I had to fight these three billy goats. Alright? But in the end, I wound up leading the billy goats. Okay? Which, 6 months later, story-wise, we became the Guardians of the Earth. Alright? Now, that would have been great had my shit not got stolen. Would have been great. You can see clips of it. Havoc number 1. There's a clip where my bro, Courtney, kicks me in the back, and I fly, and then I land on the thing. So then he puts me in an arm bar that I taught him, and then he slams me on his knee, and then he slams me on my face. And again, you can go check that tiny clip out on Kung Fu Havoc number 1. I think I may have showed it here, but I'm not going to swear to it. But the bottom line anyway is that I had full-on potential. I had a dream. The dream had to be put on the back burner because everything that could go wrong went wrong. My friend who was helping me with the film, he got fired for doing felonious stuff at the job. And then my girlfriend broke up with me, so that didn't work out. And then he took my special effects that he was supposed to put into the film, and he got attacked down in Alabama, so my film's in Alabama somewhere. Might have been erased by now. It's been like 11 years. So, I had a really bad bout of depression. I joined the Army. Best decision I ever made. I found love there. Not with a female, but with a family love that you will never ever lose once you leave service. To everybody in Bravo, with the exception of a couple of drill sergeants. To everybody in Delta. No exceptions. Right? Those are the two places I found my home. Found my home in Bravo and Delta. I know, irrelevant, but still, shout out to them. Acting. Being an actor is a great honor. It's the best job in the world. Because you get to do shit that you can't do in the real world. You get to be people that you can't be in the real world. And that's why I wanted to be acting, because my life sucks so bad that if I could just be someone else for one day, for 6 months, for a year, for eternity, you know, I want to do that because my life sucks that bad. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. I don't have a legacy. I've been forced to watch my siblings grow up and have it better than me. And I contributed to it with the inability to say no. So I accept responsibility for that. And yes, I'm going to have another piece of candy. But God, as my witness, I try, and I try, and I try. And I have failed. And I have failed. And I am still failing as we speak. I don't get any views here. I really don't. And that's okay. I have 139 of you, and I thank you for that. And you guys can feel free to share the good stuff. Don't share any of that political bullshit. Because to be honest, both politicians, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, both of them are evil. Because if they really gave a shit about us, do y'all think that we would be in the fixes that we're in? Because it's all about money for them. Political gain. Who can fuck us all the fastest. I'm sorry I had to put it that way. And yes, I do vote Democrat. But generally, when you vote Democrat, you're taking the lesser of two evils. Now, I'm sorry. There have been some good Democrats. There have been some good Republicans. But back then, I wasn't really allowed to vote. The first person I ever voted for was Bill Clinton, the original black OG president. Anyway, that being said, acting is easy. Finding a character for you is not. Alright? Every casting call I went on for my hopes of being discovered, this is what they have always told me. You're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Williams. A little on the tiny side. You're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Williams. But we don't know what you're, what's all this. That was their way of saying, we don't know what your race is. And, there's been a couple of bad accidents with those. Like the first time I tried to be in this movie, you guys might be familiar with it. It was called Toy Soldiers. Well, that didn't work out. I might be getting my signals crossed, but I also tried to be in this movie called Major Payne. Major Payne, for sure, Actually, it happened for both. I just remembered it did happen for both. Toy Soldiers, I went there. I had curly hair, and it's like, you're gonna need to cut that. So I cut it. When I came back, they didn't want me. Well, same thing happened with Major Payne. I went to the set of Major Payne. They said, if you go get a haircut and come back, we'll give you a rose extra. When I got a haircut, came back, got into a verbal altercation with one of the actors in the thing, and he almost got his ass beat because he didn't know me. He was in my state. I wasn't in his. And I was fixing to rearrange his dental work. He was a little bald white guy. But it wasn't because he was white that I was going to fight him. It was because he was an asshole. And two assholes can't be in the same space. And yes, I am an asshole. But I'm an honest asshole. And he started it. And I was going to finish it. And I was going to rearrange his dental work. Granted, I'm so glad that didn't happen. My cousin kept me in line. Raw Dog always keeps me in line. He's probably the only one who can. Anyway. So, after that, videos. Started listening to radio. Every 6 months from then on, I have been trying. They would come to the Holiday Inn. They would come to the Sheraton. They would come to the Days Inn. Any hotel, even the Cavalier Inn before they tore it down. Any hotel they would come to. John Casablanca, all these big name models and stuff. They talked about how they got Cindy Crawford and all these people in. And I'm jumping on the chance. And then there was this tiny problem. Every time. You know, Mr. Williams, we're really not looking for actors. We're actually looking for comedians and models. And sadly, you're too short to be a model. You have any jokes? The only joke I ever had was, I'm not funny. I'm just funny looking. That didn't really go over too well with most people. But being mixed, I am funny looking. So, no, shit didn't really work out. But I never quit. I never gave up. I just kept pushing. And then life kept happening up until I started making independent films, where life got even worse. I had kidney stones, all kinds of shit. Just everything that went down, that could go down, has gone down. But I have my movies over there somewhere. And hopefully before I die, I'll be able to post them all, to get some notification before I leave this world. Okay? Now, it's a whole lot easier getting out of acting than it is getting in acting. Actors disappear for years. People wonder where they are. They pop up. Same thing with singers. Disappear for years. Pop up. They pop up. Some pop up broke. Some pop up dead. Some pop up and have brand new careers at something that they rather have done. And they admit that they never wanted to do acting, but they were blessed that they got that opportunity. And they saved all their money, made some smart ass investments so they wouldn't be broke, where other people go and buy 14 and 15 goddamn cars, a house that you don't need, and then you're stuck with the son bitch. And then taxes come, and you can't get work. Your acting career is shot. Now you're out of a house. You've sold your 13 cars. Now you're living on the streets. I don't want to be that guy. So, I'm not getting in this thing for the money. I'm getting in it for it makes me happy. I can get a reasonable house. It doesn't have to be a millionaire's house, because I'm not trying to do that. I just want a house. Simple house. I'm a simple man. I'm not that hard to please. I want a beautiful wife. Now, if she wants a better house, I will give her the money, but we have some underlying conditions there about, like, no divorce, period. When I get married, it's forever, period. And I'm not going to do anything to fuck it up, because I'm not going to cheat. I'm not exactly pretty in the face. I'm not going to talk about my man missile. She'll figure that out when it happens. I have done underwear things here, so you guys can see that. If you guys want me to do a whole show on my underwear, put in the comments. I'll do it. I promise. I'll do it. And I keep my word. But I won't go out of the underwear. I will stay in the underwear. Completely in the underwear. I'll even take off this damn shirt so y'all can see how fat my stomach is. Anyway, moving on. The thing is, also in acting, you will have to expose body. So I don't really have too much of a problem with that. I do have a problem with sex scenes. They are not an option. But I would prefer to make movies towards kids versus adults. But if all I get is things that deal with adults, I'll take it. I'm not really that hard to please, The money doesn't have to be that big. It just has to be enough for me to live off of. Enough for me to make sure that my bills are paid for the whole damn time that I'm working. Something nice. I don't have a lot of wants. My needs outweigh my wants. That being said, I haven't been given any opportunities. And the one opportunity that I truly had was a student film. I tell you guys about this before. So the long and short is that shit didn't work out after learning the 619. I wanted to be a professional wrestler. But every time I talk to people, it was, you're 5'3". You're too short. You're 120 pounds. You're not heavy enough. Same thing with UFC. You're not heavy enough. And it's like, that has nothing to do with my fighting skills. We don't care. It's pretty much how that worked out. So I never got to live that dream. I still train. Not as regularly as I'd like to. The hip replacement has slowed me down a lot. But it is what it is. I keep pushing. Somebody's going to say yes eventually. And I hope they say it before I die. This is why I had to go to school to get a degree in police science and criminal justice. Because I can't do what I love to do, which is entertain you all. I'm not that brush. But I will be. And 139 of you are going to help me get there. Somehow, some way. No. I'm a horrible singer. But I'll still do that. A lot of other things I could be doing. I could be making criminal records and shit. But now we're not doing that. And I want you guys to understand this before I go. There are very few people who get into acting for anything out of the three things that I'm about to mention. Women, money, power. Alright? Notice I didn't say anything about happiness. Alright? And the reason why I didn't say anything about happiness is because a lot of these celebrities, they ain't happy. They love the money. They're happy that they have the money. But as far as the happiness goes, few of them are happy. Those are the ones that you don't see all over the news getting in trouble all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to get in this for the money. I would love to get in it for the women, but I only have one woman that I really want to be with. Alright? Y'all know who she is if you've been here with me long enough to know. I did artwork with her name on it. The beautiful and awesomely dangerously sexy ZZ. And though I don't have a fighting chance in her world, the Lord works in mysterious ways. So, you never know. Anyway, I do pray for that. But anyway, I want to get into this business because I want to be happy. Not so much about the money, not so much about the fame, but working and being happy. Actors work grueling hours. That's not a problem because I haven't worked. It's going to probably be a problem. My first real acting job that involves money will probably be a problem my first couple of days. But once I get my niche, it also depends on, am I carrying the show? Because if I'm carrying the show, you better believe your sweet ass, I'm going to put extra time into the shit. Where if I'm just like a co-star or I'm only making a cameo appearance where I have nothing but one line to say, it's probably something stupid or something simple, or I die in the first 5 minutes, it's like, I'm looking for such and such. I've come a very long way to kill you. And the other guy's going to be some stupid something that says, you're the guy who's been looking for me. Well, it's a damn shame you've come all this way to die. I use that as my prime example, so please forgive me for that. Every time I make some kind of video, that's one of the things I always want to do. Yeah. So, before I go also, I will be doing Monologue Monday tomorrow or Saturday. I haven't figured out which one I'm going to do. But since it's Native American History Month, or Indigenous Heritage Month, or whatever you want to call it, I'm thinking of maybe doing a Native American Thor, minus the war paint. And we'll figure it out. No. Maybe it will be a Native Thor. No. Maybe there'll be a Native Spider-Man 2099. Maybe there'll be a Native Scarlet Spider. We'll figure it out. But, it's probably going to be in this tiny-ass room. I am going to, hopefully, if the weather permits, do martial arts with the rings, with the kamas, and with the chogos, and with the chain, and with the hands tied. If you guys want to see any of that, let me know. I'm probably also going to do it live events on my TikTok. So that being said, I'm Echo Fang Grey Wolf. Fight for your dreams. Thank you. Be seeing you.